Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Caboose XBL bringing you my very first, I guess you could say, official Batman Arkham VR video. And today we're going to be talking about is some of the things that happened with Batman Arkham VR at E3, some of the story mode details, and some of the overall details about the game. Just breaking it down, answering some questions that I know a lot of you have asked to me about this game. And I'm so sorry it's taken me this long to get around to making this video. I've just been so busy with school and all these other things, and just with Injustice 2, and just there were so many videos to make, but finally I've sat down. I'm here to talk to you guys about Batman Arkham VR. So let's just get right into it. The base information that we know about Batman Arkham VR is that it is going to launch with the VR system for the PlayStation 4, and I believe the VR system will launch at $400, $399. Now, how much each individual game for the PlayStation VR is going to be, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not guessing, but I'd assume that the games are going to be priced a little bit lower than the normal price of a game, because most VR games aren't going to be games that last 10 hours or games that last you the normal length of a regular like action adventure or first person shooter type of game, because obviously VR is just not at that capability yet. And that's why another piece of information about Batman Arkham VR is that this game is going to only last in its story mode 60 minutes. Now, Sefton Hill has come out and said that yes, it will be 60 minutes. It will be a 1 hour experience where you get to be the Batman and you get to solve this crime, this murder mystery, as he stated it, something we'll get to a little later. But he said that there apparently is some replayability value to the game, that you're going to get some extra hours in from that. I'd say max, you're probably going to get about 5 hours to 10 hours maybe if you're really hardcore clocked in for Batman Arkham VR. Now, that's not bad, but to me, honestly, nothing else really interests me for the PlayStation VR system except maybe the Star Wars missions. So I don't know if I'm ready to drop $400 just to get Batman Arkham VR and maybe a Star Wars game where it's just a Star Wars mission, to be honest. So I'm not sure if I'm ready to drop that kind of money just yet, but we're gonna have to wait and see how it goes, because Batman Arkham VR sounds extremely interesting. So as I mentioned, it was apparently a murder mystery, and that is the base story of the game. Well, from what people have found out by playing the demo at the E3 show floor, and this is crazy information, apparently, and I guess spoilers if you don't want to know anything about this game's story, so you can click off now, and I guess come back after you've seen this be officially revealed, maybe? I don't know. But click off now if you don't want any spoilers for Batman Arkham VR at all. But, so apparently the murder mystery is for none other than Dick Grayson, Nightwing. That's right. Apparently you arrive at a crime scene and you scan to find out that Dick Grayson has had his neck broken. Now, that was the first indicator to me to why this could be real, because originally when I heard Nightwing was dead in Batman Arkham VR, I was like, there's no way. And I thought initially it could be Clayface, it could be Clayface impersonating Nightwing. We've seen an instance of this before with Batman Arkham City and the whole Joker impersonation and everything from Clayface. But something that we did find out in Arkham City when you went into detective mode on the imposter Joker was that the body was hollow and there was no bones. That's something that you, of course, do see when you find Nightwing. You see his broken neck. Now, I don't know too much about the character of Clayface, and I'm pretty sure that he can't manipulate bones or something. But if he can, let me know in the comments, and that theory can still stand. But besides that, who knows what's going on here and whether or not Nightwing is actually going to be dead. It still could be some sort of an imposter. It could be Hush. He could get a bunch of skin grafts and make an imposter Nightwing. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, it's just going to be crazy, because from what I understand from Sefton Hill as well, he says that Batman Arkham VR is indeed interwoven into the Batman Arkham continuity. And if that's true, then, if Nightwing's dead in Batman Arkham VR, then Batman Arkham VR logically takes place after the events of Batman Arkham Knight, because in Arkham Knight, Nightwing was still very much alive and breathing. So it's one of two scenarios here. It's that this does take place in the Arkham continuity, and it could be an imposter, and it takes place before Arkham Knight, so Nightwing isn't really dead. Two, or I guess there's three possibilities. I don't know. So possibility number two, this does take place in the Arkham continuity, and it takes place after Arkham Knight, and Nightwing is indeed dead. Possibility number 3 is that this takes place in the Arkham continuity, but it's somewhat of an Elseworld story. It's kind of like Injustice 1. Injustice 1 technically takes place in the Arkham continuity because it has those character designs and everything like that. So, you know, it technically takes place in the Arkham continuity, but it's just an Elseworld story. It's without going further into that Arkham Knight story. You know, you have the Arkham quadrilogy, or whatever the hell you want to call it, where all of that is its own continuity. And then you have something like Injustice, where it takes pieces of that continuity and goes in a different direction. And that could be what Batman Arkham VR is, where it takes pieces of the Batman Arkham continuity, but goes in a different direction with it. Because to my understanding as well, this game takes place before Arkham Asylum. I don't know. It's all really confusing. I need an official word. I need an official statement about what's going on here. Or maybe like a story mode trailer for Batman Arkham VR to flesh some things out and answer some questions that the community has. But we don't have that just yet, so all we can do is speculate. But talking about the gameplay, Batman Arkham VR was extremely highly praised at E3. A lot of people give it the Best of Show award, so assuming that it's going to be awesome. Now again, I don't know if I'm ready to drop $400, but it sounds pretty damn cool. Apparently you get to suit up in the bat suit, you get to see yourself in the mirror wearing the bat suit and everything, and if you have the PlayStation Move things in your hands, you can move your hands around, look at your hands and everything like that. And then you make your way to the Batcave, where you see all the tropes and everything from the Batcave, like the giant penny, the dinosaur, and all sorts of stuff like that. So apparently it's really damn cool, and a lot of people seriously enjoyed it at E3. So I'm excited for it. I don't know if I'm ready to drop that money for the PlayStation VR. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts on Batman Arkham VR. I want to hear everything you think about it in the comments section below. I'm CaboosXBL. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description. Drop a like if you enjoyed, leave a comment if you have an opinion, and subscribe if you're new. See you guys later.